We've got Mary. I think she's starting the recording right now. She'll also be checking the chat. So we do have some open mic time here later and some participation. So be ready to jump on the chat box.
All right, recording is started. Cody, take us away.
Awesome. So we're going to jump right in today, and our topic is personal organization. So really just kind of start off with what exactly is personal organization. Personal organization is the process that allows you to follow, a process that allows you to effectively sort, order, and manage your tasks. It is how you are structuring, systematizing, and improving your efforts to be more productive in work and in life. This includes any practice, principle, or tool that allows you to achieve those goals and use time more productively. Personal organization also allows you to follow a clear routine each day to ensure that you complete work items throughout the day within their designated timelines and deadlines. Also, most systems consist of laying out all your tasks in front of you, placing them in necessary locations, and blocking out time to work on each of them individually. Obviously, routines are super important to all of us as managers, and we need to develop those solid routines. Personal organization really just helps kind of fill in those gaps. So why is personal organization so important? Well, when you're organized, it's obviously easier to prioritize important tasks and meet critical deadlines. So your personal organization should be catered to your need and goals as an employee. Using an organizational system that works for you can increase your productivity and efficiency levels. So as you locate essential items, it allows you to locate essential items more easily and complete tasks more quickly. We all hate rifling through the email inboxes and the desktop folders and all of that stuff. So
Cody, real quick, I think that our screen might be frozen. I'm gonna interrupt.
yeah, thank you. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, looks like we're caught back up. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect, thank you. So really the WIFM for us as leaders and managers inside the restaurant, this personal organization allows you to locate items quicker, meet project deadlines, and reduce our stress levels, which we all need more of that. So, for example, locating items quicker. When you sort each upcoming to-do item and other resources into their own designated areas, you can easily find them next time you're working on that related task. You can also save time by searching for certain items and spend more time completing the actual project and not the tools you need to complete it. Meeting more project deadlines, having all of your assignments and their upcoming due dates in front of you and sorted by priority allows you to establish a flow and system for completing them quickly. Allows you to schedule enough time to work on each task to increase your chances of submitting a quality project on time. And reducing stress levels. Knowing that you can easily locate all of your essential documents and following an organized schedule, you can feel more relaxed and prepared for each day. I know this is definitely true for me. If I feel like I'm scrambling, my stress level goes way up, as I'm sure it does for you guys. Is that screen frozen again?
Yeah, it is. You might try unsharing your screen and then resharing it.
I was afraid of that.
Gotta love technology.
Sorry, guys.
No one. Just gives us a time to kind of noodle on why personal organization is important.
Okay, much better. Sorry, it's on a weird setting. Okay, so how can we achieve effective personal organization? So we'll go into some specific tactics here. So consider your current daily schedule to help you build a system that works effectively for you and makes it easier to sort, prioritize your tasks effectively. Keep your to-do list items in one place. If your day consists of ongoing meetings, questions from employees, and unexpected tasks to prioritize, it's important to have a place to quickly write down sudden to-do list items. This ensures you remember to complete the task. Try to write down all of your to-do lists in one location so that you can easily return to it later when you have time to really organize and really think about and sort through your tasks. Having one area for all your to-do lists allows you to save time searching for tasks throughout the day. Setting aside time to organize. Depending on how many to-do list items you have, meetings or other appointments each day, try to set aside time to organize your schedule accordingly, either once a day or a few times a week. Schedule this time for yourself, and OPs especially, schedule this designated time for your managers. I know I really try to be mindful of that as an OP and give my managers plenty of time for their administrative stuff, schedules, training, etc. Create a smaller subset of tasks to complete for each project. This makes the project feel more attainable and allows you to schedule time to focus on individual tasks, resulting in submitting a valuable final project on time. So when you get those larger projects, kind of breaking them down into bite-sized pieces and working through that. Some other tactics, select a task management system to use. Place these organized items and deadlines into a task management system. This program allows you to organize upcoming tasks and label each one or when each one is due. So I know that for myself, I use Siri and I use Note Taker a lot on my phone. Might be driving to work or might be getting a last minute task or project thrown my way, especially lately with Restaurant and Bistro 2.0. We've had tons of moving parts. I can't imagine where I would be without, Siri and writing those notes down or getting them in one spot. Blocking out time on your calendar to focus. Consider inputting your upcoming tasks into your calendar regularly. Add upcoming daily items or meetings in your calendar first, followed by any other appointments you set for the week. You can then block out time for the calendar to focus on specific projects. Again, a great example is the Outlook calendar. I know that I kind of lived through that Outlook calendar. Some people like to use the paper desktop calendar or the one they have in the office or at home. But I know adding events, even small tasks, but important tasks to those calendars really help me out and make sure I don't forget things. Also scheduling that administrative time. I know when I'm starting up my week, check that calendar and kind of block out at least, a half hour or so to kind of review my schedule and calendars for the week. I love this next tactic, silence your notifications. You can increase the likelihood of staying on schedule and completing your work items if you silence any notifications during your focus time. This frees you from distractions and temptations to move your attention elsewhere. Consider silencing the notifications on your computer or phone while working on important tasks, then turn them back on when you're free or when you're working on simpler items. Definitely a great tactic. I think we're all guilty of leaving our phone on silent sometimes, but it really can help your focus. Setting regular alerts and reminders for important tasks. Even if you put upcoming meetings, tasks, or appointments in your calendar, it can be beneficial to receive additional help remembering when to complete them. So as you organize your schedule and tasks for the week, consider setting alerts or timers on your phone or computer. I definitely know I do this for line checks and for important calls coming up. Something I utilize a lot is the alarms. Like all my alarms are set for like 5 minutes before the top of the hour. I have them pretty much set throughout the day like that. So when I have an important call or task coming up, I can easily set an alarm right before the top of the hour. It's already there, ready to go. Organize your workspace, right? Make time to make it easier to find essential resources or work items. So the back office or the manager's office, the workspace that you have makes a big difference. Make sure we take time and set aside time to go through those offices and make sure they're clean and organized. I know we have our restaurant audits are coming up. It's a great time to go through and organize that workspace for everyone. So you might be thinking, I have so many things to do and they all seem important. How do I determine priority? Let's take a quick walk through a quick activity on prioritization. And if you think of it this way, you can, and I really like this thought process. It works for me as well. It's just putting things into buckets and kind of like we talked about earlier, breaking them into bite-sized pieces. So we have the want to do bucket. These are tasks that matter most to you: spending time with family, exercise, meditation, continuing education. Usually these tasks are ones that are aligned with your personal and professional goals. Obviously, we have to prioritize those first and foremost. Then we have to do. These are types of tasks, or there are two types of tasks that really kind of fall into this category. First is maintenance tasks. These are tasks that have to keep your restaurant running. Schedules, line checks, counting the cash drawers, things like that. These are tasks that you have to do for someone else. A survey needs to be completed for brand refresh, for example. They're not necessarily the funnest, most exciting tasks, but we have to take care of them. So they're kind of the have to bucket. Need to, or important tasks, is the next one. These are the tasks that you need to get done: sending or replying to emails, going to laundry, going to the dentist, booking hotels for your upcoming meeting. These are little tasks that don't require much cognitive attention, so do them in bulk if you can. Push aside some time to take care of those bulk need to do. They're administrative. Again, they're not really complex. They don't really require much outside involvement from other coworkers and cross functionality. You just need a few quiet moments to get them done. Like expense reports is my favorite. Then there's the can do bucket. This is where everything else kind of falls into: playing guitar, listening to a podcast, or going to a happy hour. These are all wonderful things you can do and would like to do, but that you don't necessarily fall into the above categories. It also doesn't mean that you necessarily should do them. Obviously, taking a guitar playing break in the middle of a busy task-filled workday is not the bucket and the prioritization that you wanted in. So looking at your list, really what you take a moment and you write down this list of things to do, and then bucket those out. A W for want to, H for have to, N for need, and C for can. Take an extra minute to identify those can-do items that need to be prioritized or eliminated. Maybe it can be pushed to a different day, and it just is a low priority item. I know when I'm feeling anxious and overwhelmed with the amount of things going on in our world, professionally or personally or combined, usually, it really helps me to sit down and take a few minutes. I just take a yellow pad, a paper, and write down all the things that are causing that anxiety and prioritize them, bucket them, and start working through it. It really helps. So we're gonna unmute today. It's a pretty, pretty small group. If you guys would unmute your line, and share your responses in the chat. Just some ideas. What disciplines do we do every day? What are some disciplines that you all rely on?
I know for me, Cody, it helps to have kind of multiple to-do lists, like kind of a working one that I use while I'm on the floor, kind of running a shift and kind of jotting stuff down, and then having a permanent one that I work from kind of on a daily basis, and try to transfer from one to the other, so I don't miss things as I go through kind of like a busy day. Really helps me out.
Thanks, Brett.
This is Lenny. I agree with Brett. Especially when I was an OP, I had multiple to-do lists, and my managers used to make fun of me because I would have lists laying around everywhere. But it's helped me even as a market partner now stay more organized because I have a standard list that I use for the week, and then I have a daily one that I can, alter and change. But it's important to help me stay organized.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a list maker. Anybody else want to share? What's a discipline that they use to help them stay on track?
Like you, I utilize my phone and Siri quite a bit. Anytime something comes up, I set a reminder because you can just do it on the go, on the fly. Follow up with those reminders at the end of the day and categorize them in their priority level. So I definitely take advantage of the technology in your handheld phone. That really assists me throughout the day.
Yeah, I think using tech to our advantage is great. Something I've learned or started doing recently is pinning emails to the top with that little pin icon in my email box. If it's something I need to follow up on, or like R&M is one, that's one that it can kind of take some time, and or even like this the PowerPoint that we had today. I pinned this to the top of my email box last week so that I could have an easy access to it for today's call. So I love, thank you all for sharing, by the way. I love this: prepare for tomorrow today. Outline goals for the next day, reflect on the day's achievements, obviously tidy up, prepare for the next morning, clear your head, obviously getting a great night's sleep. All great best practices for staying ahead of your personal organization. I definitely love the prepare for tomorrow today. Just that it goes along with everything, our closed to open mentality in the business and running the business, and setting up that next manager for the next day. Really just kind of that you go to bed at night knowing kind of what the plan is for the next day. It really helps with that anxiety. So just kind of recap, being organized will definitely help reduce your stress for you and your team. Set aside time to prioritize and organize. Schedule this time for yourself. I highly recommend, especially OPs, schedule that admin day a couple times a month just to make sure you have time to set things up and really drive the business. And same for managers. Get with your OP and figure out what times make sense for you to work on your administrative tasks and people conversations. Obviously, delegate and follow up. Keeping your workspace clean and organized super important. So, a couple questions to leave everybody with today. What will you do today to achieve personal organization? Some suggestions there. I know there are some great tutorials on Outlook online. So if you're kind of wondering or thinking about engaging in some of the technology tools that are available with Outlook, I also like Schedule Send. Is a great one that saves time when you're kind of bundling those administrative tasks earlier, like we talked about, and you want to get ahead of, say, forecasting or schedules, things like that. Schedule Send is a great way. But definitely, prioritize schedule time for yourself to make sure that we're always able to stay organized. That's all I had, Mary, unless there were any questions in the chat today.
No questions yet, but we'll give everyone a moment to drop those in there. What was that app you were just recommending?
Oh, I was just talking about online. There's a lot of great resources for
Mhm.
Microsoft Outlook.
Yeah.
To go in there and learn some of the, the whistles and bells that has to offer. Yeah, I mean, using the scheduling function and adding dates and reminders, super helpful in Outlook. Like I said, the new one I've been all about is just pinning those important emails to the top. I can easily keep those up to date and follow up on things as needed, and then drop them off as they become either complete or just not important anymore.
Yeah, I love that. Because I know there's so many emails that come into our inboxes every day. So the important ones can very easily get lost in the sauce there. So some way to pull those to the top, I think is a great call out. Awesome. Any questions from anyone in the group? Last chance. All righty. Well, thank you, Cody, for taking us through personal organization. I feel like we've picked some good post-New Year topics recently. We're all getting our lives on track and achieving our resolutions, but some really good tips to get ourselves organized and set up for success. I think number one on everyone's list is probably cleaning up their office in the restaurant, but all great work. And thank you, Cody, so much. If you guys think of any questions, you can always reach out. But otherwise, that's all from us today. Have a great rest of your Monday afternoon, a great rest of your President's Day, and we'll catch you all again next week. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.